What's going on, everybody? Fall in, at attention. You are locked into the new debriefing room of the Husker Army Podcast, brought to you by the great folks right over here at Hurrdat Sports Network, and of course, everybody over at the Husker Army Facebook fan page. Make sure to go check them out, become a member if you can. Then, if you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe if you can. Really helps out the channel a lot. Leave a comment if you got a moment. We'll get right back to you on it. Who knows? If it's good enough comment, maybe I screenshot it. We put it on the show. Who knows? Some crazy things happen all the time. So, and then, of course, got to let you know about the merch if you get the chance. I got to pull up that graphic. I'm running behind today. What is wrong with me today? I don't know what it is. But, yes, hop over to shop.hurrdatsports.com. Make sure to pick yourself up some Husker Army Podcast merch. We got the shirts that add the trucker hats, the beanies, the coffee mugs, the stainless steel tumblers. Hopefully going to be adding some more items later on this season. Really hoping to add some hoodies. I know Matt was talking about that last year. I have talked to Hurrdat about that. Hopefully we'll be adding some hoodies. But like I said, shop.hurrdatsports.com. Become enlisted into the Husker Army Podcast. So we got all those formalities out the way. I am your host, Brian Knutzen. With me, as always, former Husker wide receiver, multi-time national champion, Kenny Cheatham. Our recruiting guru, Mr. Matt Sass, a.k.a. Herbie Husker. And our guest today, everybody, this is going to be a blast. I've been watching this guy's content on Twitter for a while, man, and I got to tell you, his takes, look, you may not see a whole lot of enthusiasm out of him in his videos, but I'm telling you what, this guy's takes are spot on. So, my guest today, everybody, is none other than Lyle Harmon from Off the Cob. Lyle, how you doing, my man?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. And of course, got to show the enlisted graphic. You're new to the show, new guest, new graphic. So Lyle is obviously enlisted into the Husker Army. So there it is, Lyle. You're in, man. You are in like sin.
Yeah, excited to be enlisted.
All right. So let's get to it. I mean, everybody, we saw what happened last night. This is Sunday we're recording, so it was just last night. Huskers took care of business to a tune of 68-0. I mean, my God. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I was like, okay, I want the shutout. Akron got shut out last week, 10-0 to Wyoming, okay? Granted, that score was actually 3-0 until they said later in the final couple minutes of that game. Cool. Fact still remained. They got shut out by Wyoming. I know. For a fact, we have much better talent, much better coaches, and we're in Lincoln. You're not going to tell me we're not getting a shutout. And granted, we had a little bit of help, a little doink, a little block, some stops by the black shirts, and, of course, a lot of drops by Akron's wide receivers. That all played the factor. But there it is. Lyle, let's start with you, man. I mean, 68-0. This is the largest victory you've had. From what I keep hearing, it was 2012 against Idaho State.
Yeah, it was a great victory. I mean, it's something I feel like the Huskers needed to do again. We needed these kind of scores against some lesser opponents like Akron. I just think that it just builds team morale, and you just get that fire in your belly, like those guys that we played 108 players, so there were guys that were getting in the game that normally aren't going to get in the game. They're probably not going to see action against Michigan, so they got the opportunity here, and they're going to have the opportunity again next week, and they got that fire in their belly to be back in there next week. So I think those kind of scores are what we need right now.
I agree. Look, I knew we'd take care of business. I really wanted that shutout. I thought it was absolutely possible. And I knew the score would probably be lopsided. Now, at the same time, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, 34, maybe 44-0. I didn't see 68 points coming. I just didn't. These guys exploded, and it wasn't like it was big play after big play. Kenny, the wide receivers, man, it was almost like dip and dunk here and there. And Dylan was pinpoint all night long. Is that what you were saying? Oh, you're muted. You're muted, brother.
Is that better?
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah, exactly. And that's what you should do when you're playing teams. I hate to say it, that has less talent than you do.
Yeah.
It's what's expected. It's like I called the other week when I said when we did the forecast of how the season's going to be, and these next two games should be where they get more players in to get more reps, to see where they're at, to get the game time situations under their belt. And they took advantage of it. I mean, honestly, all three of us, not even going 2012. Now, we're not saying this is the greatest Nebraska team ever. Let's get that out of the way. We're just in general. When is the last time you had a feeling of seeing a game like this and was like, okay, that's what we should be doing?
It's been forever, Kenny.
It's been a bit.
You know what I mean? This is what you normally expected for a trillion years up until a recent time frame. And I mean, normally you get these teams in and you like, I don't know. I mean, this is what you would expect against the Georgia Southern and all these teams. They gave us those tough games, and I mean, so it felt good.
Game, so
yeah, it felt good to see it. I'm glad they get it. Maybe it builds their confidence. It should, and hopefully they can carry that momentum the next two games, the next game, and then going into the Michigan game. Because
I thought that was the most proficient Nebraska's offense has looked since Rule has been the head coach, and even before that. I mean, they look good.
Yeah, over 700 yards offense. I mean, that's stuff I remember hearing growing up. Like Kenny, your days. That's when we ended up with 300-400 yards rushing somehow against I don't know. At the time, I guess Central Florida or somebody like that, because I know we'd played Central Florida in the mid-'90s in Lincoln. I know that. But it is to see him over 700 yards offense, Matt. It's holy hell. I mean, especially you look at things when you got guys producing like Quinn Clark, his touchdown pass. Or touchdown reception, excuse me. It just, my God, the throw was right on point. The catch was perfect, but it was the run afterwards, the athleticism we saw. And then throwing up. Yeah, and then throwing up, I think it was the 3-2 for his dad's football number when he played here. Yes, that was a hell of a moment, I thought. But, Matt, the receivers, I mean, definitely showing exactly what we were hoping we would see this season as far as that sort of production out of that room.
Yeah, and the tight end, Lindenmeyer, had a great day. That
one-handed catch he had soon
was awesome.
The one-handed snag.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Dude.
Yeah, he looks good. I mean, he's got more catches already this season than he had, or, in a game and 2 games than he had all last season.
So,
not only that,
he's a stud.
Let's think about how good Mac Markway must be if the coaches were going to start him ahead of Lindenmeyer, and Lindenmeyer right now is just lighting it up. He's a beast.
Yeah.
That's a scary thought now. So if Markway comes back and he's 100%, come maybe next season, I don't see it happening this season. But come next season, oh boy, you're going to have a 2 tight end set of 2-headed monster you can't stop.
Yeah, and if Carter Nelson comes on, I mean,
my God. Just give it up now, defenses, because these are guys that are going to hurt you. And Lindenmeyer's a beast, man. He's a big dude.
Did you guys talking about tight ends? You noticed like when we ran some 12 personnel, Lindenmeyer and Harburg would line up on the same side, and like to the right. Then they'd come across in motion, and they'd line up on the left. And then they would, when they came off the ball, they would go to the inside, and you could see the whole secondary go with them. There would be like a lone man out there, and that's when Holgerson would swing a running back out of the backfield into that empty area. You've seen it with Ive, and you've seen it with Mekhi Nelson. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm digging the swing passes too. Well, not even really swing passes. They're dump offs. They're the check downs. And sometimes, though, that's not the check down. Like the touchdown pass Emmett Johnson caught. That was an instant read from Dylan. I don't care what anyone says. He got the snap of that ball, and his eyes went straight to Emmett because nobody was there. But it was that's the maturity and the recognition of Dylan right now, though, in his second year. He knew nobody was going to be there. He read that defense perfectly. He knew where they were going to flow, and it was over as soon as the snap of the ball came. So Speaking of Dylan, I mean, my goodness, guys, what a night. 364 yards. Come on, dude. 24 of 31, 4 touchdowns, a rating of 218.6, and a completion percentage of 77.4. I mean, come on. What was his completion percentage last week? Wasn't it 78 or 79?
Yeah.
My God. I mean, he looks so comfortable all night, Lyle. It was one of those things. Yeah, Matt, totally comfortable. He didn't get sacked all night. I don't think he was even really hurried. Yep. It was one of those things where we finally saw the offensive line. Now, I'm going to be that guy here in just a bit where I do have a couple small nitpicky things that are still grinding on my brain from that game. But I'm not going to bitch about a 68-0 win.
So, no, you can't. You can't. I mean, I'm with you. There's things that I want to bitch about, but I mean, how can you, right?
I'll tell you what. I'll that way I could just get them out the way. I do have one for defense. I'll save, but as far as offense goes, the one thing I really want to emphasize is that offensive line needs to figure something out because you cannot stall out at the 1 yard line. 2 plays in a row to a team like Akron. You should have blown them 5 yards back into the end zone. There's no excuse for that ever happening against a team like Akron, and it sure as hell better not happen this next weekend. Yeah. So that right there's my only complaint. Other than that, opening up holes like crazy for Emmett, great pass pro for Dylan. And all around, other than that one moment, great night for the offensive line.
Right, right. I mean, that would be one of my complaints I'm talking about, like the red zone offense. And I hated the what stacked eye tush push.
Dylan was lined up at running back.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do?
What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean the defensive line just submarine the offensive line, piled them up. They got no momentum. They got no push off the line. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like that one.
Yeah, Kenny, that's something that would have been inexcusable in your days, dude. You know that. What kind of ass kicking would you guys have gotten from the coaches come Sunday or Monday after seeing that one on film?
I mean, we wouldn't have had to worry about it.
Okay, yeah, good point, dude.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, that's one of the that's the real point as an offensive lineman where you really now you do it the whole game, get to go mano-a-mano. Mm-hmm. There's a reason every Wednesday in practice during my time in Nebraska that we had goal line scrimmages. We had goal line situations. Line up at the goal line and let's get it. So you see what I'm saying? And probably at a 99% rate we won. Yeah. And this is ones versus ones. Mm-hmm. So I mean that's when you really get to show what you're about. When you're inside of that red zone, 5 yards in, especially on the 1, the 2, the 3, you line that ball up and you go. So you should be able to get a push even if they're going low to try to stop you from getting that push to defensive lineman. But you should be able to get someone off the ball. And then in the backfield, you have to be athletic enough to get it over the line. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. I mean, but yeah, I like you guys said, I wouldn't even call it a complaint. You're just pointing out something that's obvious and something that should be taken care of. So it's not a complaint. You're just pointing out that you can't do that.
Yep.
You can't fold in that time. I mean, we saw it last year against Ohio State when they stopped us. Regardless, the talent level is different. But let's go back to it. You're playing this team who you're totally controlling every aspect of the game, but at that point, you failed to control it. Why?
Yeah, and plays like that, if you're an offensive lineman, I mean, that's like a gut punch, right? You've had the momentum, you can get down there, and you got stuffed. And you're coming off the field knowing you didn't get any points. So,
we got 2 back a little bit.
We did.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of worked out. I mean, I'd be mad too, but at least we did get the safety.
And I guess, and all I'm saying is that it's Akron. I get it. But if you let a play like that happen against Michigan, it's hard to shake that off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And that's one thing I'm going to be talking about once we bring up defense. That one of my other concerns is on that side of the ball. And I think everybody's seen it. So it probably won't be a surprise when I bring it up. But, all right, we're talking about Dylan there. I mean, hell of a night. I believe his yardage was a career high. Unbelievable. I mean, let's see. Where's the rest of the passing stats here? I mean, it was a hell of a night for all three of them. Like I said, Dylan going 24 of 31, 364, averaging almost 12 yards a throw, 4 touchdowns, biggest stat, 0 interceptions. Then you look at TJ Lateef coming in. I believe it was mid-third quarter, maybe even earlier. 6 of 7 for 128 yards, averaging over 18 yards a throw. I mean, no touchdowns, but no interceptions either. And he didn't really put the ball in harm's way. Then you got Gramstad coming in for mop-up duty. Well, my God, at that point, it's not even mop-up duty. This is just getting everybody out the door. It's closing time. And so Jalen Gramstad goes 2 for 2 for 2 yards. I mean, why not? So, man, looking at that, it's just amazing to me that, especially with TJ Lateef, the kind of future we've got looking ahead after Dylan. And when you look at Lateef, then you've got somebody like Trey Taylor coming in.
You can't help but be excited.
Yeah, Dayton, Raiola.
Yeah, exactly.
That bomb he had on Friday. Oh man, it was gorgeous. It was 60 yards in air, hit in stride, touchdown.
So
I can't remember. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt, guys, but so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. And one of the reasons I call my website Off the Cob is because sometimes I'm going to approach some topics people don't want to talk about, get off the beaten path, off the issue here a little bit.
Yes.
Love Dylan Raiola. Great quarterback. Love that kid.
Yep.
My only thing is it just me? I would like to see more of the frozen rope passes down the field. I feel like he lofts a little bit.
He really does. He tries to put a lot of touch
under his passes. Mm-hmm. Am I the only one that feels that?
Nope. Not the only one seeing it, Lyle.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
No, I think he's a touch throwing quarterback.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I mean, we've all been watching the game long enough where you see someone and you say, "Oh, a quarterback," when they throw, where you literally go, "Oh, that's what that is." And not comparing them skill wise to this, but when you saw a young Aaron Rodgers, a young Michael Vick, when you saw those guys throw the football, you went, "Oh,
yeah,
that's what that is." But, you know what I mean? And he's more touch, and that's why he gets a lot of air up underneath the balls that we see. And I've yet to see him really, from last year to this year, zip the ball in where you just say, "Oh, okay."
Right. And we saw that a little bit from TJ, I thought.
Yeah.
We've seen that. We've seen him spin it.
Yeah. I mean, you just see it. I mean, I can tell you a game that where we all went when I was there. I'll never forget it. We were playing Kansas State, 96.
I was there.
And Michael Bishop threw that football, and we went, and we all sound like, "Oh, that's what that is." You get what I'm saying? Where it's like, "Oh, okay." His arm, you know what I mean? Where you see is a difference between throwing, and then when you said "soup," and you're like,
"Sorry."
I get it.
Yeah. I feel like we need to see that from Dylan a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So,
I'd like to see him hit a receiver in stride too.
Yeah,
for a long touchdown. I mean, it's more just like a lob, and then he wants his receivers to go up and get it.
Yep.
Over the defense, and God, I want to see a breakaway and him just hit it perfectly right in stride.
The one with Ja'Cory, that's a great example. If he puts that out in front of Ja'Cory, it's over because he had his guy beat by about 3-4 yards.
Yeah.
So if he didn't have to stop and come back for it, that's 6 all day long, no matter what game you're playing or who the opponent is.
And we saw that a little bit more with Clark there on that his reception.
Oh, and then I've got to admit, Dylan had one bullet all night. And that was that corner he threw to Dane Key. And Key made a hell of a catch. Now, I'll say one thing about that catch. I'm glad there wasn't a whole lot of ways to see it during the review. because
it was still a touchdown. They reviewed it, so
he bobbled that thing. He bobbled that thing all
I think
through.
his foot was still down though.
Yeah, but I don't think he had firm control, is what I'm saying. I think they let that one slide. I think we got one to go our way.
And
I don't know if it really would have mattered.
No.
It's hard not to be a fan when you watch those plays too. I mean, because those calls can be so subjective, as to what the officials are going to call one way or the other. And you always got the replay guy in the booth that's calling the opposite of what it's going to end up.
Yeah.
But and as a fan, you saw it your way every time. So
yeah. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like when you're watching from home, you get the viewpoint from replay where you can say, I thought it was, but literally out there on the field, that's how fast those plays are going.
Bang, bang.
Where people, I think people see it even from watching from the stands. Now, my mind works a little differently from watching it, from playing it. I see plays, the entire field is slowed down. Like literally, even now I can watch and it's slow motion. But when you're there and it's going, you really don't understand how fast those plays are happening. So yeah, the calls are going to get mixed up sometimes. So that's why I don't get too upset with the refs, because it's micro fractions of a split of a second when these things are happening. So yeah, I mean, you can see it going anywhere, but of course, as fans, you always want to say we should have that, and it's against us. I mean, that's just human nature. But yeah, I mean, we got one. Let's roll with it.
Yeah,
we've lost a lot.
There's also a reason why none of us are pursued a career as an official, right? So.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. And if I was, I could never referee a Husker game. It would be so biased, it'd be unreal. I'd be fired instantly.
Holding? What are you talking about? That wasn't holding.
Oh, dude,
he cleanly threw him from his jersey to the ground.
Yeah, I don't know how
so fast.
I don't know how referees can do that. I mean, people who went to schools. I mean, I literally had they wouldn't probably put you on that assignment, but I literally had a referee in high school crying after the game because we put belt to ass to his team in the playoffs. We hit a 45 ball on him, and this dude was crying. My coach ran up to him, "Why the hell are you crying?" Found out he was an alumni of that school.
And see, when it comes to officials too, I mean, I was watching a game Saturday. I want to say it was the Baylor game. It could have been West Virginia, whichever team was wearing the yellow damn gloves, and they made a tackle on their quarterback on the sideline, and real time looked like an easy call for a face mask. Easy call, which they did make that call. Now you went back and looked at the replay slow enough. He got under the face mask and the side of the shoulder pad, but it whipped the head around. So they made the call anyway. But when you watch that replay, that man never touched that face mask. Never touched it. So they got screwed right there. But when it happened real time, I instantly said, that's 15 yards. That was a face mask for sure. But slow it down. No, it wasn't. So, yeah, for officials, I know it's hard.
Last week.
See, I know it's hard. It's bang, bang. As fast as this game plays this day. So, they're going to miss things, but my God, there's times that you just wonder if they've got any sort of education at all, or if they're blind, or what the deal is, because there's some moronic calls day in, day out, every Saturday. Game in, game out.
And there's like the face mask on McCullough there when he made his sack. They called the face mask, and I was like, "Where?" And of course, then when they showed the replay, then you could see it. And, but man, you missed it in real time.
Exactly, and you almost feel like, oh God, why did I make a deal of that? They were right. Okay, I feel stupid. My bad. Damn. All right. So, I mean, quarterbacks were looking great. We'll get to the receivers here in a moment, but then the other man of the hour, I mean, the guy that's running hard as hell right now, Emmett Johnson. My God, he goes off for 140 yards on 14 attempts. And folks, if you're doing your math, that's 10 yards per rush and 2 touchdowns. Now, I will say, and I'm going to throw this graphic up there. I had this up there the day before the game, and it simply said 150 yards rushing for Emmett Johnson against Akron tomorrow night. And it was a poll that we ran, and we said, vote over, vote under, or just for the hell of it, goes full on nuclear. Well, the third option didn't happen, but 47% of y'all said he was going to go over. I thought he was going to go over for sure, especially after that first half. I was like, it's a given. Everybody was right for the most part who picked over, but finishes with 140. So he just finished just under that mark I was hoping for. But if he stays in for that third quarter, oh boy.
Oh, definitely.
It would have been ugly.
Yeah,
it would have been ugly, Lyle.
Yeah, and I went under on that, but it was because I didn't think he would get the playing time. I thought, a couple series, and we'll start seeing Makai Nelson and some of those guys. So I was a little surprised when they came in, the second half, and he was in for a couple series there in the second half.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he'd get that last 10 yards or so, Matt.
I couldn't even believe our starters even played in the second half. Like there really wasn't any point. I mean, in my opinion. I mean,
no injuries though.
Yeah, no injuries. I mean, no turnovers. So how am I supposed to complain?
Well, I'm not a coach. We find something.
Oh, well, trust me, I know that.
Yeah, and I've taken some crap on from my little reaction video after the game. I said something about surprised that Rule ran the score or let them get the score up that high. I've taken some crap from listeners on that. Like, what are you talking about? And he didn't run it up or whatever. But Matt Rule just seems like one of those nice guy coaches that if he can keep from running the score up on you, he's not going to.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't want to
belittle you.
Right. So I was a little surprised to see him put 68 on there, but I was happy. I liked it. I wanted to see it. So.
Yeah. Now, Kenny, I mean, your day, man, running backs were the guys. The quarterbacks, the running backs, they were the feature of the Nebraska offense. No matter who was back there, really. It didn't matter who was back there. So getting to see the production out of Emmett now, the clear running back one. But then seeing the production from his backups, in that second half, you're looking at Quentin Ives, you're looking at Mosey. Makai Nelson. My God, every one of them produced. And matter of fact, where are those rushing stats? There we go. So we told you Emmett's stats, but you look at Quentin Ives, he had 4 carries for 34 yards, a long of 28. TJ Lateef got in on the rushing attack, which was only 2 carries for 17 yards. But Kenneth Williams, 1 for 15. Raiola even had 3 rushes for 13 yards. But then you got Makai Nelson, 5 carries, 11 yards. Connor Booth, 2 for 6. Heinrich Harburg got the 1 carry on the quarterback sneak, but unfortunately no yardage, no touchdown. But, one guy they don't have listed on there, and I don't know why, because I swear to God he had some rushing attempts, unless they were only receiving, and that was Mosey. Or is it Mosey? Which way is it pronounced? Mosey. Okay, we'll go Mosey. Okay, but he surprised the hell out of me wearing number 22. When he got that, I was like, you better do that number proud. I mean, you're looking at somebody like Rex Burkhead. You're looking at somebody like Divina Zigbo. They did that number proud. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it is about the number 22 on a running back. I love how it looks. I think it's awesome. I've always loved it as a kid. But he refused to go down.
Yeah.
Anytime. He refused to go down, and he is not the biggest guy on that field.
Yeah, time after time, you'd see it, and you'd think he was down, and then he'd spin out of it or stay on his feet.
He was like a pinball. It was ridiculous.
Just wait until he gained some weight.
I was telling my wife that. I really was. And by the way, my wife, who is not a football fan really, but God bless her heart, will sit and watch games with me. Even she needs to say that she's incredibly proud of that entire team last night. She noticed how much smiling was going on, how much they were having fun. And that was the first thing she said. It really looks like they're just finally having fun. And that's it. You let it loose. Let all the worries go. Go out and do what you know you can do. Control what you can control. And let everything else fall into place. And my God, 68-0 seems like everything fell into place.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about they had fun. I mean, you could see that when they blocked that kick, Van Poppel and those guys. They were jacked. I mean, they were excited.
Van Poppel about took out the coach.
Yeah.
My God.
Even after the safety, like Kate Petrizak, who he's got a bright future.
Oh,
like, he's a big boy. He just reminds you of like an old school mean Nebraska defensive lineman,
like
and
a Terry Keneally or something.
Yeah, I mean, how fast he came through
to
make that tackle, it was whoa.
But
it was
how long's it been since you've seen those guys come off the field and be that fired up? And,
it's been a while.
Sideline be that fired up.
Pelini days, probably.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, and I'll tell you, you weren't going to deny those guys that safety. My God, they were going to figure it out how to get it one way or another.
Yeah.
That's a all defensive players' dream, to be in position to get a safety. They're normally pinning their ears back.
And I still think it was the safety 2 plays before that, too.
I think so, too.
I don't think he got out of the end zone. I mean,
he initially got out, but when he went back, he made another football move to go forward. So if I'm not mistaken, that reestablishes forward progress.
Yeah. I agree. I thought it was a safety as well. But I wasn't crazy about Rule challenging that. I didn't think he'd get the call. So maybe Matt needs to work on his clock management and challenges a little bit there. I don't know. I got to find something to bitch about, right?
Yes, we're Husker fans. We have to.
Yeah.
So, all right. And I guess, there's not much you could talk about with the running backs. I mean, we all saw what they did. We're seeing the effects of Coach Barthel with those young men. They're coming along nicely. And to have somebody like Emmett ahead of all of them, to mentor them, to guide them, that's perfect, because Emmett had somebody like that in Ramir. So, and Ramir had really helped kind of mold and shape what Emmett has become already. And now Emmett's got the ball and he's running with it himself. This is his show. He doesn't have Ramir to fall back on or talk to. Well, I'm sure they still talk, yes. But he doesn't have somebody in that room that he can go to and be like, hey, is this all right? Am I doing this right? No. Now he's that guy.
Right.
And I don't think you could have anyone better right now in that running back to look up to as you would for Emmett Johnson.
No, I agree. And you have to give Emmett credit. I mean, if you look back to, the couple seasons or before, he was not the number one guy. I mean, he was listed 2 or 3 down, and, now he is the number one guy, and he knows what it's taken to get there. And he's in the ear of those young guys that are behind him. So I agree with you. He is the right guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Talking with Emmett on the podcast here a while back, a great young man, very humble, very focused. I mean, couldn't be more thankful for every opportunity he has. The one thing I'll always give him shit about, though, is when they had that little sit-down interview in the complex on CBS Sports right before the first game and all that. And it was when Singleton said they're going to do things so special, they're going to make people stand up out their wheelchairs. Now, all right, that line made me laugh my ass off. I don't care what anybody says.
He didn't mean any harm by it.
No, not at all. He's just saying we're going to shock people so much. Yeah. So Deshaun, a great line, dude. That was hilarious.
And there were people that tried to make that bulletin board material too. But
of course.
Come on. He's trying to say we're going to shock people so much it's going to be like a miracle.
Yeah, and you had to look at where the comment was made. I mean, this is a bunch of guys sitting around the room talking about it.
They're just relaxing. So
it's being kids.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So let them be kids.
Yeah. So when they were doing that, I mean, getting to see those guys sit down and talk, and Emmett was talking about, they asked pretty much, the generic question that I'll even ask recruits that have committed here that we have on, why Nebraska? Why did you think Nebraska was it? And Emmett was straight up. He's like, because I didn't get recruited by Minnesota. I'm like,
they ask him, don't we play them this year? And he's like,
yes,
he says the exact date. It's like, I'm ready. I'm ready for that game.
Yeah. He hasn't circled that one at all. He hasn't been thinking about that for a while.
He's like, October 17th.
And that does surprise me. If I'm not mistaken, in that whole conversation, I believe he even said they didn't even offer him. Yeah, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
He's a stud.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, look at Dion in Colorado. He doesn't even recruit his own state.
I know,
and
he doesn't even really recruit.
Yeah, we get Guthrie, Rex Guthrie. He's the number one recruit in the state of Colorado, and they didn't even offer him a scholarship. Wow, we walked right in there, no problem. It's like, hey, just come over here. Okay, coach.
I told you the story with Arizona State with me.
Yeah.
They looked at us like they looked at, Bruce Snyder, God rest his soul, was because he was Cal head coach. He went more to California.
Yep.
And you think about my class, like I tell people all the time. That was myself. That was Joe Germain, who ended up beating them in the Rose Bowl. That was Darnell Autry. That was Robert Holcomb. That was Terry Fair. That was a whole
God.
That was a only guy they got out of our class was Jeff Polk, the fullback. I mean, but the rest of us, they didn't. It was like, oh yeah, and I told Snyder, I said, you're not. I got Bowden, I got Spurrier, I got Cooper, I got Coach Osborne, I got all these people, and you looking at us like
chop liver.
Yeah, like but it happens, and you'd be surprised how more often it happens than not. I mean, it's something, yeah.
Well, Fletcher dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, they probably looked at him like, oh, he'll probably want to come, or he's not good enough, or let's go get this kid more because he might be from Ohio. You get what I'm saying? That probably he's from Ohio. I mean, look at Nebraska.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as deep because of the population as other states, but still, you go after those kids. Secret to Coach Osborne's success was, I'm gonna get the top ones. The other ones, you walk on. That next year you'll be on scholarship, which freed up all the other scholarships for pulling the other top guys out of other states. That was his secret. So when people a lot of times say, oh, this guy was a walk-on, Joel Makovica wasn't a walk-on. You had to do the walk-on because of the situation. Yeah. Come on. I mean, you get what I'm saying. So, I mean, but yeah, it should feel some way. You go in there and you take it to them.
Yeah, I think Rule and his staff is doing a good job recruiting the state, though.
Yeah, they really
they're doing a lot better. Absolutely.
A little different. Like we have Iowa State's taken like 8 Nebraska kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Something like that. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. And Iowa State's having really good success right now, especially with Brahmer. And that kid's a stud.
He looked good yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, I watched that whole game and I went, man, I wish he would have came here.
Yeah.
That tight end, right?
He's a
home. That's why
bigger Lindenmeyer.
But talking about recruiting, though, didn't we have a 2030 kid from Nebraska that visited for this game?
Yeah, Ingersoll. Are you talking
Ingersoll?
This last? Yeah.
Yeah. And you talked about your wife watching the game with me. I mentioned that to her, and she was like, what? An 8th grader? She's just blown away by it,
Look, you gotta get it. You gotta get the hooks in young. I don't care. You got to be there. That way you can always say, hey, we were the first ones here for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all you need to know. So, I mean, even Trey Taylor was there. I think it was a great night for Husker football all around. I mean, I've got something to say about the fans that were in attendance here soon. Because I got a little bone to pick with them.
I hate to cut you off, but I'm going to have to sign off for today.
All right, brother.
But I'll be back next weekend. I do apologize.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you're good, brother. Go get those ribs, man. Get some eating.
Take it easy, Matt.
Yep.
I love Matt. I do. We couldn't do any recruiting news without that, man. That's for damn sure. So, I got a small bone to pick with the fans in attendance here soon. I'll mention that before we switch it over to the defense here. And before I even bring up that little nitpicky, I got Will Compton's little hype video to play for everybody before that Akron game. Oh, my. And see, the reason I'm going to play that too is because that's going to definitely feed into what the hell I have to say. So thank you, Will. Thank you so much for that, for everything you said in that video, because we're all going to hear it soon. But we're about through the offense here. I'll pull up the receiver stats. This was a little hard to fit into the graphic.
That's what you want to see, though. That's what you want to see. Everybody getting a shot.
This was crazy. Look, I'm just going to count the number of receivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different receivers. And not all receivers. There were running backs in there. But good Lord. I mean, Ja'Cory had the best night as far as yardage is concerned. 7 catches for 132 yards, just under 19 yards per catch and a long of 39. You had Hunter with 82 yards, 4 catches. Mosey, 3 for 65. Makai Nelson, 3 for 52. Lindenmeyer, which got something to say about you too coming up, young man, that has nothing to do with football, and a big congratulations here soon. But Luke had 3 catches for 44 yards. Quinn Clark, the 1 for 37. Great run after the catch for the touchdown. Dane Key, 3 for 35, and his 1 touchdown catch. That was amazing focus on his part to be able to haul that in and be able to hold on, which I still think we got away with it a little, but I digress on that one. Then just looking at it, I mean, my God, Emmett getting the 1 touchdown catch, and he was only targeted twice for 7 yards. So I'm okay with that. Like you said, Kenny, that in a wide receivers room, when you look at the stat sheet, that's the shit you want to see.
Right. You want to see it in games like this. You should always have more players with more stats, offensively and defensively.
UTEP last year.
And most importantly, for me, for my sake, offensive linemen getting a chance to be in there, get in there and get game time situation for the repetitions. Because it's easier to toss in the other players because they come in and out more generally.
Your skill positions.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But you can't just throw offensive linemen in there for one play. There's no camaraderie when you just do that. Let me just throw this tackle in here for this series and pull him out and then throw this guard in. That's silly. But you get what I'm saying? But you're always going to see it. And that's what you want to see when you're playing these games, as we would call them, without insulting anybody. The games you should win. Let me just say that.
Yeah. No, you can say it.
Before you get into the pure meat, pound and ground of your season. And they should be in there because when it's time to come up, they've had game reps. Their confidence is higher. And then when they get in there, it's like you're not missing a beat.
Yep.
Yeah. And this kind of goes back to what Matt Rule kind of said in the spring, right? There may not be enough balls to go around.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're seeing, right? I mean, you got a lot of guys there that want the ball and can do something with it when they get it. So,
yeah, it's one of those things that it's a problem, but it's one of those that's a problem you want to have.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can never have too much depth. At least in my opinion, you can never have too much depth. And at wide receiver, wow, are we loaded? We are just flat out loaded. When you're getting production from guys like Quinn Clark that aren't even listed as a starter yet. Hey, he will be. I mean, my God, dude kind of looked like Randy Moss on that catch and run. I mean, he got some long legs, dude. Good God, that defender he hurdled over, he didn't have a prayer. I mean, good God, those legs just like kind of. I don't even know what to compare them to. It was crazy. It was like watching Gumby a little bit. I know there's going to be a lot of young folks that do not get that one. I know. I know
they
that.
Won't.
That fell on a lot of deaf ears, dude. Oh, jeez. Oh, I don't like showing my age, but it happens all the time.
Hey, well, yeah, I could probably show you up there a little bit, but I worried about that. I worried about my comparisons, maybe people not getting them. So,
and I got to admit, Lyle, I love the backdrop you've got going on, dude, because it looks like you're in like the archives of Off the Cob. Like you,
I am in the archives of the Fall City Journal. And
okay, that's all right. That could be headquarters for Off the Cob for all we need to know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, my grandson was here with me and we were talking about some of the old archives. I seen some papers over there from like in the 30s and I was talking to him about Nebraska beating the Four Horsemen. And so he was thinking about going over there and trying to dig something up, but
wow,
that would be a piece of history to have.
Yeah.
You find that, Lyle, you better be posting that so everybody can see that.
Yeah, we'll have to do some digging. There's a lot of stuff here. I mean, it's from the 30s to present. So
wow.
Yeah,
I'm sure I can dig Kenny Cheatham's name up in there somewhere.
Oh, hey, don't do that. Don't do that in the streets.
But yeah, dude, to pull up something from, and that's something nobody talks about the Four Horsemen from Notre Dame anymore. That is something, unless you're a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah, well, I'm a college football fan, right?
Exactly. Same here.
Love the Huskers, but I watch it all. And,
yes.
the Illinois punt returner broke Red Grange's record here a week or so ago.
Oh,
so for yards in a game. So, I kind of keep up with some of that stuff and the Four Horsemen and Red Grange and all that old crap. So,
all righty. See, you learn something new every damn day. And at 43, I'm still learning. It's great. All right,
I wish I was 43.
Hey, I'll tell you what, there's times I honestly wish I was like Kenny's age so I could just get closer to retirement at this point. I'm just like, you know what? Life is life. When do I get to just say, okay, let's chill. Let's just take a step back. Don't get me wrong. My job's very, very easy. You could train a chimp to do my job, guaranteed, and we get paid stupid for it. Gotta love the city of Omaha, folks. You really do. Thank you.
I say that all the time with my job. All I know is when I push a red button, the banana comes out. So.
Holy shit, Lyle. That's a good
hilarious.
That's it. Shit. Oh, all right. So, God, how do I move on after that one? All right. So, as far as offense goes, I mean, explosive. Over 700 yards offense, 68 points on the board. I ain't going to lie. I was getting greedy toward the end. I was like, I want 70. You got so close to it. I want 70 at this point. Keep that goose egg on the other side, but I want 70. Because you saw it all day long in college football yesterday. Teams just blowing other teams out. I mean, not even a contest. So it was one of those things where it was like, oh, God, so where do we measure up when we're playing? Sorry, Akron, but for this season, you haven't scored any points in 2 full games. So a nobody, in quotes. And then they showed it. I was like, oh, my God, we did exactly what these other teams did to these lower tier teams that are ranked very high. And I know it was Akron. I know it was so lopsided. I know they got shut out in their first game as well. But look, when you have a showing like that against a team you should absolutely stomp a mud hole in, I wouldn't be surprised if come the AP, we might slip into number 25. Because they know damn well we're about to put the same hurting on Houston Christian come this next Saturday. At least they damn well better. I'm looking for 2 straight shutouts, and it's been a while since we've done that. A long, long while since we've done that. But
and when people look at those polls, and there's like what you were talking about, they see those big numbers, they see those big scores, and then you see a score like what was it? LSU only scored 28 yesterday.
Yes.
So and then you're like, what happened?
Yes.
Right. So that's you don't want people doing that with the Huskers, right? You want them to see those big scores. So.
And see that still also goes back to right before the season started. The preseason polls came out. You saw where everybody was ranked, and I just put something out there. I was like, you know what they should do? Wait till week 2 or 3 to put out any top 25 polls, so you can somewhat get a taste or a feel of what each team you were going to rank up there kind of looks like, feels like, sounds like, and then you make your decision. Then you base your decision off of what you've seen. Now, because, all right, come on. Does anybody really think Texas deserved to be number 1 to start the season?
No.
Exactly. Unproven quarterback, very young quarterback, and look, I'm sorry. The only reason that kid was a 5-star is because of his last name.
And that's why there was all the hype as well.
Yep.
Going into week 1. I mean.
And he got exposed.
Yeah.
Royally exposed. Now, and somebody tried saying that Arch was going to be a better quarter. He did better against Ohio State or whatever than Dylan did the year before. Stop that bus right now. Pull it over to the pretentious turnpike because I got something to say. You had a true freshman go into Columbus last year against the eventual national champions and damn near beat them. Made them look dumb. They earned that victory.
They
then
did.
You go look what Arch did. No, one is not like the other. You cannot even make the comparison.
Yeah, and Dylan had his best run of the season in that game, and far from a runner.
Yeah, he had
furthest thing from a runner. Furthest thing from a runner.
Now, that's one thing we could say about Dylan this year, though, because of the slim down figure he's got. He is a little more mobile. Now, definitely not as mobile as Latif. My God, what a move he made on those two defenders. It looked like, my wife goes, it looks like the rabbits we watch in the front yard when they're playing around and they're jumping over each other and all that. It's like, that's exactly what that looked like, baby. That's
and that had to excite you. I mean.
Oh, Lyle, when's the last time we had a true dual threat quarterback? Tommy Armstrong?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll take Tommy any day of the week.
Yeah.
What a cannon he had. My God. There you go, Lyle. You want to talk about that guy that could just sling it? Whoo!
There
Tommy had it. Boy, that man had a cannon. And I think he broke some fingers. I think Brandon Riley got some broken fingers from him. Oh. But yeah, so offensively, that's exactly what you wanted to see. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we somehow slip into number 25 or something, because you know damn well pollsters are already looking ahead to our next game and thinking, okay, they're going to be 3-0. Going into Michigan, they're going to be 3-0.
Yeah,
how can we not rank them?
Everybody was hoping Michigan would beat Oklahoma as well, so they would come in.
Underwood got exposed.
Yeah, he did.
Bad. And I'll tell you what, I think their stadium is it a little bigger than ours, Lyle?
I can't tell you. I don't know.
I want to say it's about the same size, if not maybe about 10,000 more. But I'm telling you right now, Lincoln gets every bit as loud. I'll nitpick that one in a second. But 9 times out of 10, Memorial Stadium is just as loud as any stadium in the country. And I'm talking the Big House, the Swamp. I don't care if you got 100,000 fans in there. We've got 82 to 87,000 fans. It's going to make you guys sound like you're quiet. So you bring Underwood here.
What it is he see what people got to look at, like going back. I see if many cut you off. What you think about the arch? You go up. You think about the Manning, the guy up in Michigan. They're not playing teams with a less inferior talent.
No,
you ran up against Ohio State.
Yes.
That's still Oklahoma, regardless of that coach is there. They're still getting 4 and 5
last year.
They're still getting 4 and 5 star kids.
They are
still Oklahoma.
Yes.
And when they're having to go out there and play those teams early, they're going to get exposed.
Yes.
Because you're not getting those games, especially that early, where you're playing the Eastern Ohio Central, you know what I mean?
East Tennessee State,
East Texas and Western Texas before you play that big boy game. And
East
Michigan
Texas
playing
A&M, School
Bowling
for the Blind,
Green, Akron. I mean, playing all these teams.
You can throw them in.
You're jumping in there right now playing a dog that's got 11 live dogs on both sides of the ball. And you're supposed to come in with this hype. Now, I'll give the youngster a little bit more grace than I'll give Arch Matt. Because Arch, I think this is his 3rd year in that program.
Yes.
You should have been way more prepared.
Yep.
Than what you were. They want to say Matt Patricia. No, you should have been way more prepared. And like I said on Twitter, what has he done to garnish the hype and Heisman hype to give him this? Dan Orlowski tried to say, he's a generational talent. No, I know generational talent when you see generational talent. You guys have seen generational talent to know generational talent. And Lyle, I'm sure you've seen a lot of football when you've seen that player at any position and you say, like I said, with the quarterback, and I'll give an example from a generational player. When you see it the first time they touched the field, what was you guys' opinion the first time you saw Adrian Peterson touch that football?
Oh man. We have to play him, and holy shit.
What was your first opinion when you saw, I'm gonna say it, Lamar Jackson when he got to play?
Same thing. Like
he was supposed to be in Nebraska.
Yeah. Michael Vick, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, as far as on the collegiate level, when you saw Reggie Bush, when you saw certain guys, you went, yeah,
that's that guy.
That's different.
Yeah.
And there's nothing from him playing last year that made me say, he's going to be other than, he's already man, and it's not. Yeah, his NIL deals. He's capitalized on everything with his last name.
And he better.
I'm not saying he's not going to be a decent, good quarterback. But what you do on that position is they sell it that these this and this and that. And a lot of times these programs, they screw the guy that they have, and Quinn Ewers, to try to get that other guy to play.
Yep.
We saw them. I'll tell you, in Texas, I saw them do it with Applewhite for Sims.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that.
You know what I mean? There's too much pressure on them not to play Sims. I mean, it's just, you know, and I'm not beating up on the kid, but I hope he does well. But sometimes they overdo stuff, and it becomes overwhelming. And you're like, that's who he is. What we saw against Ohio State is really who he is. Mm-hmm. And now they're trying to say, well, he doesn't have that much talent around him. Bull crap.
Man,
bull crap.
You're one of the most lavish NIL programs in the country.
They tried to say last night, I wanted to, because that's what he's going to have to do is lick, because he doesn't have as many playmakers around. Are you kidding me? He's got nothing
but playmakers. Why were you ranked number 1 to start the season then?
Absolutely, yeah.
You got 4 and 5 stars everywhere around you. You can get 4 and 5 stars just out of Houston and fill your team. Texas doesn't have to leave the state of Texas to fill.
No.
Yeah, you know, he had a good day yesterday, and they're just saying, well, you know, he had a bad game against Ohio State.
Yeah, he's back. He's back. Archer's back.
You know, man, it's the caliber of team they're playing. I mean, too, you know.
Exactly.
Back to what you said, I thought us playing Cincinnati the first game was good for us.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Playing against a guy like Sorsby.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's a Big 12 team. And if you had to sit there and list the defensive lines in the Big 10 that were better than that one that we faced, how many could you come up with?
Oh, maybe a couple, maybe just a couple.
Yeah, I mean, that defensive line might be like in the top 5, 6 of the Big 10, right? Maybe.
But that's your loaded Big 10 team. That's your Michigan. That's your Ohio State. That's the ones who's going to get those 4 and 5 star kids year in and year out. Us playing them first was, like you said, was good. Because it gave you stiff competition starting off.
Yes.
Now, we're not saying they were world beaters. We're saying we're world beaters. But sometimes starting off with just go old school, what they call them cupcakes, is not good. And it can build a false confidence.
Thank you.
And when, like I said, when those young guys had to go in there and face those live dogs, hey, they get exposed. I mean, Michigan was exposed.
Yes. The crowd got to Underwood. And that's kind of what I mean with the crowd size and the noise itself. If Memorial can rattle him right away, he seems to have a problem getting out of his own way once the crowd really gets to him.
Yeah, and I think the crowd will be louder for Michigan than they were for Akron last night. I mean, that was a night game. It's the first home game. The crowd was into it, but you know, they'll be much more into it and excited and louder for Michigan.
You know, that's a great segue for me, Lyle. I love you for that one, bringing that up, because I'm going to run Will's hype video real quick right here, and then I'll tell you exactly that the whole reason I was going to have it was just to have it, because I love Will Compton. Yeah. And I love these hype videos. I'm glad he's did the one for Colorado last year. Oh, my God. I've watched that so many times. I've damn near got it memorized. I love that one. So this one, he had a message specifically for Husker Nation that were in attendance in Memorial Stadium. I'm going to play this for you. I'll let you know where my little nitpicking is. Here you go.
Can you feel it? Can you feel that little bit of expectation in Lincoln, Nebraska this year?
Year 3 under Matt Rule.
Top 17 in scoring defense, top 10 in rushing defense.
But you know what they say about expectation? Expectation is respect disguised as pressure. And the great teams don't feel it, they apply it. In Husker Nation, there's a pressure that this crowd has to apply today. When the Hogs up front part the Red Sea for Emmett Johnson to run through somebody's face, I need you on your feet. And when Raiola paints the ball all over this Akron defense, I need you on your feet. And when fire and brimstone fall from the sky from this black shirt defense on third down, this place better be a juice factory. Let's welcome this little Maction team to some Big Ten football. Let's welcome this Maction team to the proudest fan base in America. Let's welcome this matching team to a Go Big Red! Now let's go beat their ass for 4 quarters of Smash Mouth football!
God, I'll tell you, other than Christian, Peter, Kenny, I gotta nominate Will Compton as one of the best hype guys we've ever had. As far as emotion and passion, God.
Goosebumps, man. I got goosebumps.
Oh, my Lord. Okay, so there it is. It was a message flat out to Husker Nation, everybody in attendance last night. You needed to just be electric. That place needed to be on fire, start to finish. Here's the problem. They forgot to do that about after the first quarter. I hate to tell all of everybody that was in attendance last night that even my wife thought it was very quiet in Memorial Stadium for that game. I couldn't believe it. I understand certain things are going to frustrate you. 68-0. What more do you want? My God, there were so many things to cheer about in that game. Way more than we've ever had to bitch about of any game. And you acted like it was church on Sunday. After the first quarter, what? Okay, God, I knew I was going to do this. What the fuck was wrong with you? What the? God, if that's me, I don't care. I damn near don't have a voice just from yelling at home last night. How do any of you not get up for this? How does Memorial Stadium not just electrify you? How? Just how? I guess that's it. How? How do you not stay hyped? You did not listen to Will. You better listen to him next week. So help me God, if that place ain't on fire from kickoff to the last dead whistle, I'm going to have a problem. Okay, I'm good. I'm done.
You good now?
I'm good.
Yeah. I think they were, from what I'm hearing, they were all using their energy or spent or pissed off at the concession stand lines rather than the game. So
what was going on with the concession stands? Was it all the beer sales now?
I hear it was all backed up. People were pissed and that couldn't get in, So
couldn't get their sauce.
Maybe that's where their passion was at right now. I don't know.
Couldn't get their sauce.
Yeah. How can I celebrate 68 points in this win without a beer in my hand? Damn it. So
yeah, beer and a hot dog. That's it. I'm pissed. That's it. That blew the whole game. I don't care. We lost for all I know. Yeah, that irritated the living shit out of me.
And it did, and I thought so. I thought it was pretty dead.
It was quiet. It was quiet.
You could tell on TV.
It's quiet.
Only time they got loud was when we made a big play or touchdown, which I get it. But on defense, when they were getting stops, I'm not hearing that eruption.
Yeah. It was almost as if they were bored.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They were forced to go to church on Sunday, and they just don't want to be there, and they're sitting on their hands.
Yeah, like they were bored. But yeah, I mean, you can't explain it. You would have loved to see them more into it, especially since we haven't had many of these type games.
And the first home game of the season's at night.
Yeah. So
and the thing is, the fans complain about the teams, in the past of when things start going bad, that you can just see it. You can see it in their body language, you can see it in their actions, that they're just saying, "Oh no, here we go again."
Right.
Yes.
But you know what? Our fans are about as bad as anybody about that. When something bad happens, they just go quiet. They're just sitting in their seats with their chin on their fist, waiting for that bad shit to happen.
Yep.
And so how can you sit here and call out the players and talk about them when your fan base is doing the same thing? And that's what I think we need, to your point, Michigan, they can't do that.
No.
If Michigan scores, takes the lead, the fans can't just sit down.
Get louder.
Yeah, like here we go. No, they got to get louder. They got to get into the game. They got to support the team. They got to raise hell. So
feed your energy to the guys on the field. And that is exactly what I said last night. They were not doing that. And thank God their motors were already going 100 miles an hour because they didn't need it.
No.
Thank God. Okay, now before we move on to the defensive side, which that will not take long, let's see. There was something I needed to say about Luke Lindenmeyer. Great moment for that young man last night after the game. I'll pull up the post right here. And this is from BTN over on Facebook, and it just says, after scoring his first career touchdown in Nebraska football's dominant victory, tight end Luke Lindenmeyer proposed to his girlfriend who was on the dance team. And I see video of that and everything, and the team losing their shit behind him when he got down on his knee. I mean, that warmed my heart. It just like for you, Lyle, the way it gave you goosebumps, man. That gave those to me. I've been married over 22 years to an awesome woman, and yeah, I know that feeling. It's wow, what a great moment for Luke and his new fiance, getting to celebrate that and experience that with the team after a big win. And then the girls on the dance squad, man. Toward the end of that video, it was complete like cliche woman thing. Like the team's celebrating with Luke over here telling him congratulations, and all you hear is just a ton of screaming going on over to the left and jumping up and down with her. And I mean, it was like your cliche movie type woman got engaged. Yeah. Here's all her friends.
Yeah, bless his heart.
Yeah. And, if you watch this post-game interview, I mean, his smile just ear to ear, and he wasn't going to go away.
Hey,
Luke deserves everything coming to him.
Good luck with that, buddy. No. Not at that age. Not on the college campus.
Here's a good thing about Luke, though, Kenny. He is he's quite the faithful man, if you will. He is very in touch with his I don't want to say spiritual side. I don't even know if he's Christian or Catholic, but his faith in God is not shaken whatsoever. I think he's going to have one hell of a nice life. I think he's very sure as to this being who it needs to be.
Hey.
So, Kenny, though, at college, don't get married in college, guys.
We can't all be successful at everything, Kenny.
Savage. I was a savage. Like what's his name? Ash out Pokemon. Got to catch them all.
Oh, good Lord. Kenny, one of these days, dude, we're going to get you in a couple. We're going to have you get a couple of the former teammates that we haven't had on from your time. I'm going to have you bring them on, dude, and it's just going to be story time.
That's pay-per-view stuff.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. That might be one we do like live or some shit for the first time.
Pay-per-view over 18.
Oh, God.
It's crazy.
I will die laughing on so many stories. I guarantee it. Some of the things Kenny has told me off camera, Lyle, holy hell, it'd make your head spin, dude.
Oh, I bet.
I love it. You get to hear the inside stories, man. I love this shit.
You'll write a book.
Yeah,
no. Hey. I don't know what section they would have to put. They would have to put that in the supermarket with a plastic bag over.
Yeah. 50 Shades of Red.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Kyle. Lyle, I love that. I love that one. 50 Shades of Red. Oh, God.
Reflection of perfection behind the scenes.
We're coming up with great marketing ideas already. Oh, all right. So before we move on to defense, last graphic for offensive wise, that ain't even the right one. Where are you? Where'd you go? There we go. All right. Yeah. Total stats between both teams. I mean, completely lopsided like the game was. 13 first downs to 31. Third down efficiency. Amazing. We were 8 of 10 for any of you that do the math at home. That's 80%, folks. And Akron 1 for 14 on third down. Now, granted, they had a lot of drop passes. That his receivers were not helping him out last night, and there wasn't not all of them, I should say, were contested catches. A lot of them were ones that should have been caught. And then you look at the fourth down efficiency. They were 1 for 2. We were 0 for 1. Of course, that goal line stands they had on us. That shit better never happen again to somebody like that. Total yards. Holy hell. Look, 728 on our side to 175 for Akron. And That's 62 yards. That's 2 weeks in a row that this secondary has held their opponent to under 70 yards passing. So 62 yards passing for Akron, 494 for Nebraska on the night. 9 of 23 is what Akron went for total with their quarterbacks. 32 of 40 between the three that played for us. 2.7 yards per pass for Akron. Great. That is what I want to see. Almost 12.5 for us. No interceptions thrown by either side. For us, that's awesome. For our secondary, as experienced as they are, the veterans they are, I want to see that number be at least one a game, especially against a team like Akron. Rushing, 234 for us on the ground, 113 for Akron. They had 36 rushing attempts. We had 33. We had 3 less rushing attempts and had well over 100 more yards. So they were averaging just over 3 yards a pop. We averaged just over 7 a pop. Penalties, though, they got us there. They had 1 penalty for 5 yards. We amassed 6 for 71. That's inexcusable to me. That's more than what we had in the first game. I think we had 4, 3 or 4. It was one of the two. And then the turnover battle, it ended up being even. We got the fumble back from them. Of course, Emmett had that fumble when he was heading in for the score, and which was just a hell of a hit. I'm not going to blame Emmett for that one. I guarantee he blamed himself way more than he needed to after that. And he was a little pissed off running after that, too. And I'll bring this up here in a second. You look at the time of possession, though, pretty even. 29 minutes, 50 seconds for Akron. We literally only had it for 20 more seconds, 30 minutes and 10 seconds. So that's
to me, that's the
nutshell.
To me, that's the biggest that stands out. If you would show that to anyone else and say the score would be 68-0, they would tell you weren't telling the truth.
Yeah.
With 20 seconds difference in time of possession.
Yeah, it would have been more believable looking at the time of possession between us and Cincinnati last week.
Mm-hmm.
Which we had it for, my God, way longer than they did. I can't remember the exact stat. But it was one of those things. Lyle, did you see what I see after Emmett's fumble? Was Holgorsen holding him out for a few series because of that?
Well, I don't know if it was for a few series. I know they held him out for the next series.
Yeah.
And I heard somebody even comment on that you fumble, you don't go back in. The next guy up.
That happened to
I don't have a problem
year.
with that. I like the accountability and let you think about it. So
I agree with you there. Absolutely agree with you there. But I'm such an Emmett fan. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Leave him in there. It was an accident, man. It was a good hit. He got a hat on the ball as Emmett was in the air going for the goal line. That's a tough one.
It wasn't a bad fumble. No, I mean,
you take the helmet to your elbow. 9 times out of 10, you're going to drop that ball, man.
Right.
Because that hurts. I don't care what anybody says. You get hit in the funny bone. That shit ain't funny.
But,
I don't know.
I don't mind having the rules if they stick with them. When I say rules, the players knowing, okay, this is I give up the ball, I'm going to be out the next series, and they know that. As long as you stick to it and you don't the next time around he's right back in, your guys behind him are all questioning, well, I thought we didn't do that. But so I'm good with it as long as they keep it even playing and the same every time. So
yeah. All right. Well, special teams, awesome job on their part. Punt returns, kick returns are looking better. Field goal kicking is way better. The only issue is Alvano kicked one out of bounds on the kickoff last night. And I believe Kananen did the same thing last week once against Cincinnati. We can't do that. Can't do that once a game, guys.
But again, once that happened, they're out. They didn't kick off the next time.
Exactly. So like you said, the accountability is there, and the staff knows that these guys know. If I screw up, shit. I'm probably gonna have to sit for a moment, think about what I did. It's kind of like being put in the corner, when you're a kid. You get put in the corner. Go think about what you just did.
Yeah.
Just go think about it for a moment. That's basically what
time out for football players.
Dude, maybe that's what they should have. Instead of an injury tent, we get another tent that's a timeout tent. You get in trouble, your ass needs to go sit in there and watch film for a couple minutes. then you can get your ass back in there.
Back in there.
So, all right, defensively wise, okay, I will say the only nitpick I will give them, the only negative you could even give them, our run defense. Ugh. Oh, boy.
Is that the style of what we're playing, though, right now?
I don't know, Lyle. I don't know. Go ahead. If you please tell me you're seeing something different than what I've seen the last 2 weeks.
I don't know that I'm seeing anything different. I love Tony White. I thought he was a great defensive coordinator. But I love being more aggressive on defense, like what John Butler's doing. I always felt like the way I described it was Tony's defense was more of a read and react. I don't know if that's the right term or not, but that's how I'll describe it. And Butler's more of a search and destroy. I mean, if you watch that front line, they're stunning, they're moving, they're shooting the gap. If you've seen when Peacock got the safety, he shot the gap between the guard and tackle. Nobody even touched him or blocked him or anything. And you're seeing that. You're seeing the defensive line stunt, doing twists, doing different things, and occasionally they take themselves out of the play.
Yeah.
And they create a hole. And if there's not a linebacker there ready to fill, then there's a running gap. And we've seen that even a few times against Akron. So
yeah, I
don't know that I have the answer, but for me, I feel like that's what I'm seeing is that they're being much more aggressive. They're shooting gaps, they're stunting, and maybe creating some gaps or holes once in a while.
Yeah, it was one of those things where they were getting good chunks on runs, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I could kind of let this go last week, but not this week. I for some reason, I'm just like, you're completely shutting them down through the air. You have completely overmatched these guys in every position on the field. Why are you not getting it done on the run side? Why can't you stop? Numerous times I saw our guys get in the backfield during a run play, and it ends up popping for 5, 6, 7 yards. Irritating, I guess, is where I'm at with that. I'm just irritated about it. I have faith it'll get fixed, but I just didn't want to see it happen against somebody like Akron. And unfortunately, they did. They still got over 100 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
But
well,
I thought it was less than 70.
I thought it was a little better than it was against Cincinnati, but then
it definitely was better than Cincinnati.
Well, yeah, but then you got to look at the caliber of the team you're playing as well. So
it's a double-edged sword, Lyle.
Yeah, the way I put it is there's work to be done there. So
absolutely. Now, Kenny, I've talked to you about the defense last week. You know, it did seem like they weren't playing with their hair on fire like they normally would last season. And then we got Hartzog coming up like a hero out of nowhere to finish that game off. So our secondary is not the problem. And bringing up that run defense, that's where I am concerned. I am concerned about the lack of pressure we've been seeing from them, the lack of penetration that the linebackers have been getting on blitzes. They have been getting in there, but it just seems like it's not on a consistent basis. And especially against somebody like Akron, you should be blowing through those gaps and not even giving that quarterback a moment. So we got one more, basically, I hate to say it this way, Kenny, one more tune-up game for these guys to kind of get their shit together a little on that run defense. Now, if that happens, does that become a huge motivational factor heading into that Michigan game?
Yeah, because Michigan likes to run the ball.
Yes, and they can.
So that's what Harbaugh built it off of and carrying on to Coach Wright. I mean, so we've substituted, because of personnel, two big boys that can clog those holes so those backers can get in there and be disruptive and cause a little turmoil for speed. So unfortunately, at times when you go more with speed minus the size, now you can have speed and size, but when you go more speed with the lack of size, that pressure isn't going to be there as much. Those holes aren't going to be clogged up as much. The other way, it frees up the backers more to make plays. Mm-hmm. So I do think we need to shore up that our run game. We haven't really been tested in the passing game, so we really don't know where they're at with that. You know what I mean? As far as that. because Cincinnati quarterback killed us with his legs.
Yep.
Akron did better on the ground. Now we had the drops, et cetera, and all those things, but we haven't been tested. So I'm hoping we put in work this week coming up. Not as many points, but a lot of points.
Yeah.
But we shore up the run game. Strap it up, lace them up, get that going into them, because you're going to need it against Michigan. Michigan isn't a world beater, but we all know it's like if you play Stanford, you know what Stanford's going to do. You know what I mean? Even though they're not winning like that, but you know what certain teams are going to do. Michigan is going to run the football.
Yes, and they got a transfer running back from Alabama who looked really good in their game.
It's what it's going to be. They're going to run the football down your throat. So you need to shore up the run game.
And from what you've seen from the black shirt defense so far, why would you not run the football?
Yeah.
Right.
You're not going to test that veteran secondary right now. I mean, my God, they've allowed less than 200 yards passing in the first 2 games combined. So that our secondary, those guys, they're battle tested. They know what they're doing. You don't need to tell them anything. Deshaun Singleton had a great game. Deshaun, what a great blitz he had on that corner blitz, and just exploded that run. He was almost there at the handoff.
Right.
And he about killed that guy.
And that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying Butler's more aggressive. And it shows up in the defensive backfield too. Guys are contesting passes. And if you watch the game last night, I mean, that ball was in the air a lot. It just there never was a time anyone was there to pick it off. But that ball's in the air, and that's what you want, right? If you're not getting the pass interference calls, you want those balls contested. You want them up in the air, where you can have a shot at those interceptions. So right now, I think our defensive backfield is the strength of our defense.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to be, and we haven't been able to say that in the past. That normally was our bugaboo usually, especially during he who shall not be named era.
And Malcolm was the hero last week, and if you go back and look at his snap count last night, he didn't get a lot of playing time.
No, didn't really need it.
He didn't, and there were some young guys you wanted to see, but
I'm sure even Hartzog was probably like, you know what, I'm good. I don't mind taking a little time off for a game. That's cool. I'm not losing my spot. I know that. And that was the other thing I saw is one thing my wife really loved last night seeing was when Latif was in there and he was doing his thing. He was doing good, got his touchdown. First guy to congratulate him and greet him was Raiola.
Yeah.
And my wife looked at that. She's like, that right there is amazing. The fact that he's so invested into the guy that's trying to go for his job, doing well. That's what I want to see. I'm like, baby, that's how it goes. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
Right. And, Dylan's smart enough to know the only way I get better is those guys are pushing me to get better. I have to get better or they're going to have my job.
Yep, I can tell you right now. Just seeing what Latif could do. Okay, once again, not to beat a dead horse. It was Akron. I get it. But to see what he could actually do in some real game time, damn well he's pushing Dylan every single day.
That's the key word, real game time. I mean, we've kind of seen what he can do in practice, but even at Akron, even though it's Akron, it's real game time and it's against somebody else. So, those guys all need those reps. Yeah,
TJ left a couple guys on Akron's defense picking their jocks up at the door. So
loved it.
I've always loved that term. I know it's old school as shit, but that was one I heard as a kid and it stuck with me forever. I was like, oh, I love that term, man. You just go pick your jock up at the door, son. I love that. All right. So, Blackshirts did their job. They got the goose egg. I mean, not to really look too forward into it, but I'm greedy on another one next week. I want these guys to come out even more on fire, especially please clean up that run defense. I don't want to see somebody like Houston Christian get over 100 yards rushing. I just don't. Now, if they get over 100 yards passing, the secondary is probably going to make themselves run stadium stairs. So, this should be an absolute domination like this was, if not maybe worse. I don't know if it could get any worse.
Yeah, I mean, I picked the score of last night's game. I said it would be 42-10. I thought, the starters would be in, they'd be out. We'd get the backups in. Akron would get a couple scores. After seeing the game last night and next week, I think it'll be the same thing. It's going to be a high score, possibly another goose egg for the opponent. We'll have to wait and see, but that's what I'm anticipating.
Yeah. Look, we had some luck on our side to keep that goose egg. Like, God must have been a Husker fan last night. I don't know what it was, but man, doinking that first field goal off the left upright, I thought he made it. I was like, that's in. And it doinks just off the inside of it and goes out. I'm like, I'm up screaming. I'm like, yes, the goose egg's still intact. And then when they blocked the one that was basically a chip shot for this kid, I couldn't believe it. I was like, Van Poppel, you beautiful son of a bitch, you. I love you, man. You did what everybody needed you to do, and then he damn near knocks over the coach on the sideline, giving the jump bump. So, I'm not.
You guys believe in the football gods?
Oh, I think they started to wear some scarlet and cream last night.
Yeah, because they haven't been on our side for a while now, man. And it's
you got that right. You got that right.
Oh, a while might be the understatement of the decade, Lyle.
Yeah, we've been getting punished for Callahan for a long time.
Yeah, I talk to the football gods every time we play Minnesota.
Man,
and I'm like, come on,
you're Minnesota.
You're not over that 84 points yet.
I'm Wisconsin. That's what I talk to them about.
Yeah, but anyway, hopefully they're going to get back on our side. So
it's kind of looking that way. I mean, because certain things needed to happen last night to secure that goose egg, secure that shutout, and it happened. And the dejection from Akron's head coach both times that they didn't get those points. I mean, seriously, and I had to agree with my wife. She was feeling bad for Akron because after I told her they didn't score a single point in their first game last week, and it's not looking like they're going to do it this week, she was like, I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's got to feel horrible. I'm like, yeah, you have no idea how that would be around here if we had to deal with that. Oh God. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine that. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen a team start the season 2 games in and not score a single point.
I can't tell you either. I don't know who their next opponent is either. So
neither do I. But boy, that mountain is high. They've got a lot of climbing to do. And I don't know if they've got the right equipment. So all right, we got that all out the way there. You got our thoughts there. Going to go ahead and move on to the next segment here, which, of course, is Husker social media. That's where I just immediately after the game, and it was hard last night because I had about a half hour before I had to get my ass ready and get to work. So kind of scrambled looking for some, found more of them this morning, which were great. And what I do is I just go on social media right after the game, get fans' reactions, take screenshots of them, try to keep it as positive as possible. If there's really good constructive criticism on there, I'll bring those on, because those are always good to talk about. So go ahead and start it off first. This was from early in the day. This is from a buddy of mine, Ian Ikes, over on Facebook there. Him and his dad, Dave, were at the game, and this was just them walking up to the stadium. You could tell how long before kickoff this was because it's almost empty outside on the sidewalk. So this was probably 12 hours before kickoff, if I had to guess. It's somewhere around there. I don't know, maybe 8 hours. It would be a hell of a lot darker if it was 12 hours, 6 a.m. Oh, boy. But, yeah, I appreciate that, Ian. I love that picture. You got the stadium in there, man. You guys were great as far as your part of the cheering. And then, of course, Ian sent over a couple of these videos here. I don't know if that was in the rail yard or if maybe that's part of their new fanfare thing they're doing for home games. I'm not sure, but I recognize the song. That was Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. The impression that I get, that's from my era, folks. I know that song. It sounded like a decent cover. I know it wasn't the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. So those guys ain't coming to Lincoln to do a show before a game. And then, of course, he gave us a little bit I mean, come on, Ian. You know that's just more of the same, man. We pack it every week. So, Ian, I appreciate that, my brother. That was so nice of you to post those. Make sure I got them. Let's see. What do we got next here? Yes. Adam Carricker. Yes. I loved this. This was over on X from Adam Carricker. Adam Carricker 94. Are we starting to see the benefits of our 3 new coordinators, Dana Holgerson, Mike Eckler, and John Butler, with the improvements on offense, defense, and special teams? So he's proposing a question to us here. And I've got to admit, discussing the run defense, I'm not quite so sold on that one yet. But as far as the rest of it, Lyle, I'll go to you first. In my opinion, I think we are starting to see those benefits. Are you?
Oh, yeah, I think we are. I think, and I said that in my little reaction video last night, that I thought Rule hit a home run by replacing these 3 coordinators. They are all 3 of them are exactly what the doctor ordered, in my opinion. Holgerson is a great offensive mind, great offensive coordinator. He's playing to Raiola's strengths.
Yeah.
He doesn't ask more of him than he should, and he sets him up for success. Gives him the tools he needs. So I think great there. And Eckler, what can you say about Eckler? I mean, you watch the special teams now. It's day and night from what we saw last year.
We've got the biggest critic of our special teams right here on the show in Kenny, Lyle. I'm telling you right now, this man won't even call most kickers by their name. It's just kickers.
They're kickers.
Just kickers. Yeah, I mean, look at Barney last night. I mean, what do you have? 87 yards and punt returns, and that's like you said, the most in how many seasons?
No.
So when I talk about Butler being aggressive, Eckler's just the same way on special teams. He's being aggressive, making a play rather than just sitting back and seeing what happens. They're not reactionary. They're taking control. So, and like Butler, like I said, he's being aggressive. You're seeing stunning out of the defensive line and contesting in the backfield. So, I think all 3 of them are doing a great job, and we can only get better.
Kenny, I'll flat out just ask you about Eckler with the special teams. I mean, like I said, you're the biggest critic of special teams, and rightfully so.
I don't like kickers. I don't like kickers. So,
but yeah, man, Eckler's done a great job.
Better. Yeah, we look a lot better. Oh my gosh. I think not only with coaching them up, but I'm pretty sure he's probably holding them accountable. Because as I said the last couple of years, at some point as a player, regardless of what was going on special teams and you're getting coached, where were the players being held accountable and were they taking ownership of their mistakes? And I think they're being held accountable. It's a different voice. And if they're not going to do their job, they're not going to play. Yep. I mean, how many times have we all last couple of years when the field goal kickers went out there and said, "Oh shit, I wonder if they're gonna make this."
Exactly.
Oh, and get excited because they made it. Like, damn.
Yeah. Well, and that was if the ball even got to them.
Yeah. And like, they're gonna bobble this, or this is going to get blocked. Oh, this is going to be an adventure. I mean, do you know how many games we could have possibly won if that was taken care of and players did their job? I mean, at some point you have to line up, know your job, and get out there and do it. It's simple. Yeah, don't make it game hard. Special teams, you block the man in front of you.
How many times have you heard him say, run the damn ball? How many times did you hear that with the special team? Just go for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like Pop Warner team with no kicker. Just go for 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it's
a lot better, man. I really look when they kick a field goal and line up for extra point. I don't even get the thought that that's not going in.
But come on, Kenny, didn't you feel sorry for Archie Wilson not getting the punt, his first time in Memorial Stadium in front of his family?
Look, check this out. He gets a lot of punting in practice, kicking it, playing kicker games. So, but his family was there. That was I'm sure they wanted to see him kick the ball so they can get an ooh and ah. So I would have ran a couple plays to where we just kind of did a little something, especially at the end of the game.
Yeah,
when they're up, just down it a little bit, call it to get him a punt in for his people.
That's something my wife even brought up.
And then tell the coach on the other side, what's going on. I mean, hell.
We talk about the fans, and I'm telling you, if they'd sent Archie out for a punt late in the game like that, they would have been off their asses and cheering for him. So
finally,
yeah.
So I mean, they flew all the way around. They might as well stay for the next week.
No shit.
I mean, if they can do it.
Even my wife was like, "Let him go in and just punt one." And even I had to start to agree with her. I'm like, "Yeah, if there's like 20 seconds left and it's even second or third down, just let him go in and punt the damn thing. Who cares?
Punt it on third down or something."
Yeah.
Canadian football style.
Do the craziest shit. Punt it on first down. Punt it on first down.
Canadian football, third down punt.
Yeah, that was a stat I was going to bring up in a bit, Lyle, so I appreciate that. Yeah, 0 punts last night. And I believe they had said that actually I cannot remember the last time they said we hadn't punted in a game. And I personally, the first game that comes to mind for me is against Florida in the Fiesta Bowl back in 96. Well, it was 96 Fiesta Bowl, but 95 season. Yeah, our punter didn't see the field that whole night. So
no,
that personally is the last time I can remember that happening. But I could very well be wrong. I could just be. Am I not wrong on that one, Lyle?
No, I don't know. I would have been hard pressed to have come up when that was. So that's a good poll for you.
In memory, that is the only time I can remember it happening before now. But I could very well be wrong. If somebody that's listening or watching this when it's out, let me know in the comments when it was. If that was it, great. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. But just in my own memory, that was the last time I can remember it happening for us. And I've got a feeling it wasn't. It just seems like too big of a gap for that stat to have not happened since the Fiesta Bowl. So I don't know. Not 100%. Like I said, in memory, poor Arch. Poor Archie, dude. That kid looks so damn bored on the sideline.
He did.
He was just doing what he does in practice all day.
Yeah, he's just standing around.
Kicking balls.
He's soaking it all in.
The kicker. That's what they do at practice.
Yeah, go over there and stand with the kickers.
Yeah, go kick it.
And he was, too. Then he was standing by himself for so long. I was like, I can't even imagine what's going through this kid's head. You're on foreign soil. I mean, this is your second American football game of your entire life. Like, he almost looked like a deer in headlights on the sideline with nothing to do.
But did you think Eckler ever told him that at some point? Did Eckler say, "Hey, Arch, you need to know that there's a chance that you will never even get in some of these games"?
I don't think we've had a special teams coach come up to our punter and actually say that.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
we punted a lot.
Punting was our forte for a while, and we didn't have good punters like Ioda. So okay, great. Archie, I'm sorry you didn't get onto the field during real game time, man. But trust me, in the grand scheme of things, it's a good thing. It is a damn good thing.
Yeah, I love the kid. I enjoy watching him punt. He can really do some things. But if you told me we weren't going to see him on the field the rest of the season, I'm all in.
Yes, that means we're doing something right on offense. We don't need a punter. Beautiful. That would suck too. Imagine this offense just completely wakes up, like it just starts destroying people, and this kid doesn't end up seeing the field the rest of the year. Look, that is not happening. We know that's not happening.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
But holy hell, I'd actually feel bad for him at that point. Be like, dude, you just look at it this way: you're on scholarship. You ain't got to pay for anything.
Right.
Lucky kid. Lucky kid. All right, what do we got next here? We got Ravi. I always screw up pronouncing his last. Is it Lula? I'm not sure. But Ravi, love you, man. But you hit it right on the head with this tweet. TJ Lateef just hit him with the stanky leg. Dude, that was exactly it. That move he made on those two Akron defenders, my God. It was like, whoa. When he made the first one, I go, whoa. The second one, I was like, whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
And I'm just losing my shit. I knew his knee had hit before he got across the goal line. So I was like, he's not going to get that 6 just yet. But, man, yeah, he hit those two defenders with a couple moves that I don't think those defenders had even seen moves like that in their entire football career.
Yeah. And after he didn't score, I thought maybe they would give him the ball again so he would get the score. But
that's what I thought too. Give him the quarterback sneak. Let him get it. I mean, he got you there. Why not? All right. This one I really liked. This one was from Redcast Rob, from the guys over at Go Big Redcast. Love those guys. But he tweeted out, and he ended up answering his own thing. And it kind of goes on what we just talked about, Lyle. And he goes, some people are going to be mad about this game. Hashtag GBR. And then he absolutely immediately went and commented on his own post. Iowa fans are in shambles. And it's just a picture of the stat, and it says Nebraska Cornhuskers 0 punts tonight. So there you go. He's talking about if anybody's going to find anything to bitch about, they'll bitch about this. We didn't punt all night. Archie didn't see the field. Now we're upset. We're gonna bitch about this. We're gonna focus on this. Yeah, that's Husker fans in a nutshell right there. Yeah. Like I did. I mean, I'm nitpicking the goal line stand. I'm nitpicking the run defense. I'm nitpicking. That's literally what I'm doing. Because nothing's ever a finished product. Nothing's ever perfect. So there's always going to be that one little thing you can hone in on. And as long as you don't completely pull that scab off and expose the nerve, you can kind of pick at it a little.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just have to take into account that you want your team to get better each outing. You want them to peak when we're getting ready to go into the college football playoffs, if you qualify for that. But that's when you want them to be peaking. And so you can't complain that in the second game that we're not 100% or there yet. I mean, we want to get better every game, right?
Yes. I'm all for it. I am all for it. But yeah, of course, he found the one other thing that, if you want to be a douchebag Husker fan, you could nitpick about, and it was we didn't punt at all. Poor Archie didn't see the field. So shit happens. That's a good thing, guys. All right. What do we got here? Oh, this was sweet as hell. This one comes from Husker Football Fan Podcast at Husker Pod over on X. And it's a picture of some of that drone light show in between the third and fourth quarter. And the caption was, Hartzog's game-clinching INT was included in the drone show. And it has a picture of that. That was absolutely sweet. I thought that was a hell of a touch. I love how you could do things like this with drones nowadays. And it's all pre-programmed. I mean, you just run the program and those drones do this shit themselves. I love it. It is very unique, and it makes that in between the third and fourth quarter show even that much better. It's wow. I mean, you started with the light show, the fire, the music, and now it seems like, if not every game, now each year you're upping that showmanship of it. You're adding something new, and those drones, dude, to come off with a picture with drones of Hartzog's game-sealing interception last week. Look, if I'm Hartzog, Lyle, I'm like, I might have a tear rolling out my eye.
Yeah, the drone shows are great, man. It's creative, like you said, for somebody to come up with that.
Yeah, I love how they do this. Kenny, you and I have talked about today's technology, shit like that, and Kenny looks like he's talking, so I'll let it go. You're good, brother. You're good.
So, hey, are we, as Husker fans, are we looking for shit to complain about?
I think we do. I think it's in our DNA. I think it's in our nature. Even in our national title years, there were things you probably could have complained about because, look, you go back, they didn't blow everybody out. There were games they won by 10 points. There were games they won by maybe 17. They did not blow everybody out. These were not like 50-some to 10 games every week.
No.
So, Kenny, back then, how much complaining did you still hear from Husker fans when you guys were going on your run in the mid-90s?
You still heard it, but not as much because we didn't have all the avenues to hear it. So
That's
I mean,
true.
I'm sure there was somebody still complaining about what someone didn't do or could have done or should have done. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. But like I said, in film, you can always find stuff to correct. No one plays a perfect football game. There's no such thing. It's just minimizing the mistakes and executing the best. Yeah. But they're going to find something that.
Damn it, Kenny! I didn't have a Twitter account then. You would have heard from me if I had.
They always saying something though. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't make people happy. So we got to they just got to block it out. They just got to block it out.
You can't make every fan 100% happy all the time. You just can't. I mean, like I said, I'm finding the stupid little things to nitpick at even, and I will never predict us to lose a game. It doesn't matter who our opponent is. So I'm still going to find those little things to nitpick at, but at the same time, I think we're unbeatable every week. I don't care.
I'm the same way. If we're undefeated going to Penn State, I'm going to say we're winning.
Oh my God. Would that not be an atmosphere, Lyle?
Yeah. And I think I've already wrote that was that if we are undefeated when we go to Penn State, they'll call for the whiteout.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
Given. Oh, God. And, I even got to say, that whiteout at Penn State, that's pretty damn cool. I got to say.
It is. And it'd be flattering if that's what to happen. So
yes. And that's why our fans need to embrace certain things and get on board with the blackout against USC.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get the fans being pissy about that.
Exactly. I mean,
they're going to find something to complain about. I mean, it's what it is. They're going to find something, some reason to say something about this and that. Someone tried to argue with me one time about uniform changes and about tradition. Well, let me tell you what. Tradition has been getting ass whooped the last couple of years. Sometimes you have to switch it up.
I get that.
We are in the visual age of these kids and these players. And a lot of the fans as well. And like Brian has heard me say before, Lyle and Matt has heard me say before, some of these schools are getting kids just off the brand that's representing them, whether it be Nike or Adidas. And who wants to go to Eugene, Oregon?
That one bothers me a little bit, though, Kenny.
But that's Nike's baby. So you telling me I can go to, let's say, University of Tennessee or whoever. Let's say I can go to Nebraska. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to Nebraska. Nebraska just in Adidas, but they ain't been winning like, let's say, Oregon has been recently, even though, let's just keep it real. But then you telling me I get to go up here and get the Air Maxes, the Jordans, the Dunks,
everything
I want, and I'm Nike's baby, and we can have fresh uniforms, and I get to look good. We're dealing with visual age now. Remember, we're not the old school where it's about the W's and L's in all the cases. And I get to be, come on.
See, that's where I'm old school, though. It's like, I mean, do you want that kid if that's what he's going for?
They're not going to say it to the coach, but they're thinking it like, man, why would I want to go over here?
Well, that's true. You're right.
I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to be on TV.
I was talking about rules thing with the single digit numbers. He said they came up with that because the recruit was saying, well, I'll come if I can wear number 1 or whatever. And then you got like a senior who's wanted that number all along and worked for it. So, I mean, I get what he's saying, but that for me, that was kind of an excuse. I'm like, come on, Coach Rule. That kid saying I'll come if I can wear number 1 is the same as if he said, I'll come if I can start, or I'll come if you polish my shoes every day or some shit like that. I mean,
you got to earn it. Yeah, you got to earn it. Yeah, you got to earn it. But if someone else earned it, then you wait your turn. Then when it's open, it's open. I want it. Yeah, I mean,
the single digit thing for me was like, that you earn it. You want to wear it. You want to come to Nebraska. You're going to have to earn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I'm an old fart too, so.
Look, I get it, but I don't. It's kind of one of those things. Yeah, awesome. Get on board with the blackout, folks, please.
Yeah, I mean,
we're asking for one game.
You know how fresh that would be. That's crazy,
man.
And I'm digging the uniforms, just the switching the red for black. But you know what I'd also like to see sometime? The uniform we wear, our traditional uniform we wear, like at home, but just a black jersey.
Yes.
You know, the white helmet, red stripe, red end, the white pants, red stripes, whatever, but then just a solid black jersey with white. White numbers.
Yeah, because black goes with almost everything.
Yeah.
Black goes with almost everything, man. I don't care what anybody says. Unfortunately, that's a color I can't wear much around my house because I got a long-haired white cat, and he's a shit ton, dude. I cannot put on anything dark colored until I'm ready to leave my house because it is not going to look like that when I leave. So, all right, let's see. We're moseying on right through here. What do we got next? About through it. Yes, pulled this one this morning, and I love this. I love that. I think it's just pronounced Bear, B-E-R, at Icy Burr 42. And she tweeted out, the last time Nebraska beat an opponent by 68 points was during the 1982 season when they defeated New Mexico State with a final score of 68-0. The game took place in Lincoln at Memorial Stadium. 5 heart emojis. Now, I like that. I like the fact that she found that, put that stat out there. Exact same score, too. I mean, and I believe 1982, that's the year I'm born, so I'm obviously going to be fuzzy here. I'm going to be a little fuzzy here. But is 82 one of the years with our scoring explosion?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to make that's funny because that's something I used in the thumbnail for YouTube. The red part of the text up there above the black shirts part, that's what it's going to say. New scoring explosion 2.0 with a question mark. And then you see that stat, and I'm like, oh, shit. Huh. That's kind of creepy. Kind of creepy. Same score and everything. But that's crazy to think about that we hadn't had a lopsided victory like that in Lincoln since 1982. Like the year I was born, y'all. Which means I was.
Yeah, and you are making me feel old.
Hey, I was mere months old at that point. I'm sure the game happened in like September. So I am, let's see, what is it? June, July, August. I'm like 4 months old at that point.
So how old are you, Kenny?
49.
49. Man.
What about you, Lyle? How old are you?
I'm 65.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Dude, you do not look 65, man.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah. You keep that little extra fat and it takes out the wrinkles.
You kidding me? You got the salt and pepper in the beard, man, looking distinguished as hell. You do not look 65, too, yeah. Man.
No, man.
Whew, I would have honestly guessed like maybe mid-50s at the latest.
Yeah, you're being nice. Thank you. So
I'm being truthful. That is the hell with being nice.
So Husker football started for me like when I was about 10 years old, 1970, the first national championship year, you know.
Oh.
I catch my dad and my grandpa out in the shop in a Saturday afternoon, you know, they'd have the radio going with the Husker game on.
Lyle Bremser.
And everything, yeah. And, you know, as a kid, I was 10, I was out there playing or whatever, but I'd notice every once in a while they would stop what they were doing and they'd walk over and stand by the radio to listen. And I'd be like, what are they listening to, you know? So then I'd go over and I'd start listening too. And that was the start of my Husker football.
Wow.
So,
oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you got introduced to it with just Bremser on the play-by-play on the radio. I mean.
And my dad, you know, 72 when we won 2 national championships, and 72 then when we lost to Oklahoma, and I cried. And my old man ripped my ass. You don't cry. So.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, Lyle, don't feel bad about crying for that because I cried after the 93 against Florida State. So, and I think at that time I was like 11 years old, and I'm crying about that. Yeah. So, I know how you feel.
So it's what makes us Husker fans, right?
Yes. This is, you know, we got nothing else, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, other fan bases look at us like we're crazy, we're stupid. No, this is what we have. This is what we get to cheer for. That's it. We don't get pro teams. We get one semi-pro team as far as the Storm Chasers goes. But that's baseball. Don't we have a minor league hockey team in the Stars in Lincoln as well, though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've never been to a hockey game in my entire life. Okay? This is what we have.
Okay, I'm going to save you here. Don't forget the Supernovas and
Oh shit! God,
That the volleyball
thank
team.
you. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're
That's
gonna
the
have
volleyball team.
You're gonna have some people on you, man.
I would have gotten annihilated in the comments if not for you on that one, Lyle. I would have been toast. It would have been scorched earth across our comment section. Oh my God. Thank you. You did save my ass on that one. But yeah, that's all we have. So yeah, we're going to be crazy about it. We're going to be nuts. Deal with it. That's all you can do. Just deal with it. All right. We are who we are. We're going to root for our team no matter what. Get over it. All righty. Just about there. Mike Schaefer over on X. He put out, how the hell am I supposed to write a report card for this game? That's it. That's his only question. I agree. How the hell do you write up a report card for this game? Because if you want to nitpick the little things that we went after, you're still looking at an A across the board. You know, a 90, I believe a 95 or 96% to 100 is still an A, folks. So, yeah. I mean, they got to be A's across the board. Mike, come on, man.
Yeah, so the report cards, straight A's, and then up there in the little comment section, it says something like too social in class or doesn't work well with others or something,
right? Lacks focus at times.
Lacks focus. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know how he's going to write that report card. I'll have to check out Twitter, X, whatever. I'm going to always call it Twitter. I don't care.
I made a mistake to do that a while ago, yeah.
X is just, it sounds stupid to me. Is it? Okay. Yeah, whatever. All right. Here we go. We get away from X for a moment. This is from Facebook. This is from Jim Winger over on, I believe it was one of the Husker fan pages over on Facebook. I just can't remember which one off the top of my head, but from Jim Winger, he put out there, Eckler said he wanted 10 yards of punt return, and they are getting that so far tonight. And they did. They finished that night out. I believe that's about what they averaged, if not well more. And so Eckler, we already brought this up, guys. He's doing everything right with that special teams. It's a vast improvement from last year and a far cry improvement from 2 years ago. I'm with him. Eckler's got the right idea. He's hitting their numbers. He's hitting their goals. So, yeah, special teams isn't killing us for once. Thank God. All right, we got one. Looks like two more field generals of the week after that. We are done, folks. My God. I have got to start realizing that recapping games is going to take longer than a damn hour. I have got to start to realize that. When we don't have to recap a game, it's easy to get in and out hour or less. Pretty easy to do. When you got so much shit to talk about here, no, an hour is just not going to cut it. All right, this one I pulled this morning. I loved this. This is from X as well, from Glory Days. I love how he put this. People already saying, in quotes, this was expected. It was Akron, blah, 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 end quotes. People's memories are so short. Lose to a Georgia Southern at home. Lose to Northern Illinois at home. Murray State scare. This is a show of strength. We won the Natty that year. I was there. Stock up. And he put a picture out there with a score of the last time we played Akron. I believe it was in Lincoln, 1997, August 30th. That, for those that don't remember or may not have been around at that time, that was the year we got a national title. Yeah, we split it with Michigan. Never should have. We kicked the shit out of them if we'd have gotten the chance. But you look at the score, 59-14. They allowed points. And that's a national title team, okay? And people do forget. This is a team that had lost to Georgia Southern at home, Northern Illinois at home. The Murray State game was a scare, if not for the heroics of Abdullah. So I don't want to hear any more of the negativity as anything past what we have actually brought up, because it's literally picking at an open nerve. You can't complain. You just can't, because you look at that right there. They took care of business too, but they allowed 14 points and didn't even score 68. And that was one of our most dominant offenses that we'd had, minus probably the 95 offense. So I get over it, folks. We won 68-0. Okay? And we're going to hopefully do that again this next week against Houston Christian. Amen. Hallelujah. Okay, last one as far as this goes, and this one goes out to Quinn Clark, of course. Kevin, I wish I knew how to pronounce his last name. Shoots, SJUTS. I'm not sure. Anyway, he's got a picture out there of right after Quinn Clark scored his touchdown. He's flashing up a 3-2 with his hands, and it just said Quinn Clark flashes a 3-2 when scoring his first career touchdown. Clark's dad, the legendary Ken Clark, wore number 32 during his historic career at Nebraska. I thought that was an amazing tribute, honoring, if you will, from Quinn to his dad, who had, just one hell of an amazing career here and wearing the number 32. And just to acknowledge that's just respect. That's respect for your father, respect for how you were brought up, respect for what he did here. All around, just respect.
And I got to throw this out there. I was excited about Quinn Clark coming to Nebraska.
Yes.
My very first Nebraska game that I actually went to, I was 28 years old. It was 1988, and it was Nebraska, Oklahoma State when Kenny Clark outrushed Barry Sanders in that game.
Oh,
yeah, awesome game.
Oh,
I couldn't have picked a better game for it to have been my very first game.
How many people could have said they did that to Barry in their college career? You're muted there, Kenny. You got muted. I know you want to say something. You're trying to say something, I think. Are you trying to talk, Kenny?
I just said, "Oh, that's crazy."
Yeah, I can't tell you what the yardage was, and I remember the score was really high too.
I got it up right now, 256 to 189.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I was looking it up when you were talking. Yeah, I was looking it up.
Whoa! So he royally outrushed Barry.
So Kenny Clark was a great memory for me, and so when Quinn came, I was excited, man.
Yeah, and he knows what he's doing when he gets the ball too. We saw it.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. All right, so that was our Huskers social media. I hope it was all right. I hope people enjoy it. And then the last thing, of course, is we've got to get to the field generals of the week. This was actually a little tough for me to pull on defense. I was kind of going back and forth as to who I was going to take. But, I mean, offense, it was a no-brainer going with Dylan Raiola as far as offense goes. On defense, I had to go with Deshaun Singleton. It seemed to me like he had a hell of a game. I mean, he was shutting receivers down. He got in on that blitz and damn near killed the running back. So it seemed like he was just everywhere. And it kind of felt that way last week too, but Hartzog getting the game-sealing INT. Of course, you're taking field general of the week on defense with that. So, yeah, I had to go with Singleton on defense. Of course, Raiola on offense. It seemed right. It seemed like the right thing to do. I probably could have gone with Emmett again, but to have a career high passing yards for Dylan, I mean, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Hell of a game, young man. Just hell of a game, dude. Sheesh.
And it all starts with the ball in his hands. So
it does. It really does. Every play, every single play. And then somebody like Deshaun, who just seems to get better every single game, if not every single snap that he's out there. He's become that guy in the secondary. Dare I say, close to a Prince Amukamara type.
Yeah.
We could be looking at that by the end of this season for him, and his draft stock could really rise.
And I think Butler's scheme has kind of turned him loose a little bit. So
big time. And especially like you said, Lyle, those blitzes he was bringing, and when Deshaun was going in on him, I think I almost picked him for this just on that blitz alone, because I thought that running back was dead. I didn't know if he was getting up or not because he got lit up. And Deshaun's not a very big kid. He's not the biggest kid you got out there, but boy, did he lay the wood like he was playing defensive line. Whew. But he came through untouched. I mean, they didn't even see him. So, hallelujah. Yeah. All right. So I think we got through all of that. I think we told y'all everything we could. I mean, it was fun. It was one of those games where you just got to sit back, enjoy, not really worry, have a heart attack, worry that like me and Kenny usually said in past seasons, the there it is moment or when's it coming moment didn't happen. And for me, that only would have been had they not got the goose egg, because I was getting greedy at that point. It's like, so help me God, if you allow any points, I may drive to Lincoln before I have to go to work. And I'm going to have some words with some folks, because that's unacceptable. So I was being greedy at that point. So I apologize, Husker fans. It just is what it is, man. I'm sorry. I'm a Husker fan. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're going to go ahead and shut her down now. I mean, we've gone past that 2-hour mark. I think we've covered whatever the hell we could. Lyle, I know you've got shit to do on a Sunday. I know Kenny's got shit to do on a Sunday. I just need to get some sleep before I got to go to work tonight. That's really all I got to do. So that's about it. So, I mean, Lyle, this has been awesome, dude. I can't thank you enough for joining us, man.
I appreciate it. I enjoyed it. Talking to you guys, it's been great. And I appreciate you letting me have the opportunity to be on.
Oh, hell yeah. And this ain't going to be the last time. That's for sure. We're going to have you on again. If not this season, maybe the off season, we'll start talking about recruiting, shit like that. Who knows? All right. So, guys, at this point, you know where to find the show. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure to give us a like and subscribe. Helps us out a lot as far as the algorithm goes. Leave a comment. We'll get back to you as soon as possible on it. And we have a lot of fun. You know, if you're going to be a douchebag about the comment, cool. That's all. We ain't going to be one back, but we're definitely here. We're going to get you back. That's for sure. So it's awesome. I love doing it. And then, of course, our merch, if you can hop over to shop.hurrdatsports.com, get yourself some Husker Army Podcast merch. Become and listen into the Husker Army Podcast. Really appreciate it. Helps us out a lot as far as keeping the show just going. You know, and, of course, Hurrdat loves it when people order merch. They get to make a little money. Of course. Who doesn't like making some money?
Pesos.
It's not much, but they make a little. So we'll go ahead and shut her down now. For myself, Brian Knutzen, former Husker wide receiver and multi-time national champ, Kenny Cheatham, a.k.a. KC, and, of course, Husker writer, our guest today, Husker writer from Off the Cob, Lyle Harmon. Lyle, can't thank you enough for joining us, my friend.
Thanks again.
All right. Now, last thing to do, you know what it is. Husker Nation, Husker Army, at ease. You are all this.
A Hurrdat Sports Network production.